It's time to dream big. Time to let that small thinking go away and be open to big things in your life. That's what we're here for today. I'm your host, Maria Condi. I'm a life and business strategist, and I help you get unstuck and get out of your own way, lose the self-sabotaging behaviors, and lose the struggle. Find that flow and ease for purpose, joy, and wealth in your life. Let's dive into today. We are talking all about dreaming big. And if you want to keep things small in life, that's okay. But I encourage you to lean in a little bit for today because I want to open your eyes to some things because a lot of people play small and play safe for sort of all the wrong reasons. Because there's lots of fears holding you back. Now, here's the thing. There's a fine line between being able to dream big and being a minimalist, for instance. I consider myself a minimalist, but I also dream big. I do not have to have 6 houses and 10 cars. My desires are different. I want a lot of wealth, but what I do with that wealth is going to be different. I'm not sort of the flashy person. I love nice things. Don't get me wrong. I love spending money, but just on different things that a lot of other people do. And you might not, I won't be the one that you see draped in diamonds kind of thing, right? But I love nice things. So let's dive into this. When you think about this topic, most people think, sort of gravitate towards money right away when you're thinking about dreaming big. But it doesn't always have to be that. I have one thing on my vision board that is dreaming the biggest thing I've ever done in my life, which I'm not ready to share yet. So you got to listen in for a while if you want to learn about that. But it's not about money. It's about experience in life. It's about experiences. And I encourage you, like this I said, if you're not, dreaming big is not just about big bucks. So lean in because I want you to live a life that is filled with joy and fulfillment and all sorts of goodness. When it comes to, dreaming big, like I said, most people gravitate towards multimillionaires, billionaires. That's what they think of big. Big fancy houses, big cars, lots of diamonds. People go to the monetary space right away, but it doesn't have to be. Here's a little bit of tough love. A lot of people don't dream big because they don't think it's available to them. They don't think it's even a doable thing. And I have people in my world that are in that same space. Not so much my coaching clients. My coaching clients are with me because they have visions and they know they need a little bit of support to get there. And that's what we do in the Be Inner Circle. So it's about taking your dreams and getting you there. But other people in my life have aspirations, and I've heard them say it, but they just don't feel that they can get there. They don't think it's available to them. And that is a mindset in itself. I'm a rapid transformational therapy practitioner and hypnotherapist. And, that's one of the foundation pieces that we've learned is that you either believe that you're not enough, you're different, or that it's not available to you. Those are sort of the root causes of the self-sabotaging things that start going on in your life. And it's just, you got to work through that stuff if you want those big dreams. It's available. And whatever you want is available to you. It's a matter of taking the pathway through to unpackage the things that are holding you back. And I'm really careful about using the word work, you'll find, because everyone says you got to do the inner work, you got to do the work, you got to do the work. It's part of the journey. And there's ups and downs. Some of it's easy, some of it's hard. Some of it's like really, I've been hypnotized. I can't tell you how many times because I had to for training. We had to do, I think, 200 hours. So I've been hypnotized a lot. And sometimes I shed some major tears. But the thing is, the thing is, on the other side of those tears, is so much relief, so much joy, and not having to live with the backpack of stuff you carry around anymore. So there's that side to it too. Most people, and you know what? I will do a whole segment on hypnotherapy because so many people believe that it to be a very, very scary thing and dark, and it's not at all. It's quite relaxing. And, a lot of people that work with me for this come away saying, well, it's a very uh, joyful, relaxing, empowering kind of space, even if they shed a few tears. But it's, you're releasing some old crap, right? You're going to shed a tear or two. Your body's getting rid of some stuff it doesn't want anymore or need that you don't want it to have anymore. So I digress. I'm back to my notes again. And I do that a lot because, it's kind of interesting because I have a couple people that listen to me often. They said, I love when you go on tangents, Maria, because that's like when the juicy stuff comes out. But then I stay off topic completely. And the headline on the YouTube and the recording is like, it's no relation to what I'm actually talking about anymore. But anyways, let's get back to the notes. The other piece I want to talk about is a lot of people say you got to set realistic goals. Well, realistic means somebody else's reality for you. Think about that. Realistic is somebody else's reality for you. Somebody is setting a ceiling on what you can accomplish. That's what realistic means. Now, I do use that word realistic. When I have people setting goals for shorter periods of time, like a week, sometimes you got to set realistic goals in the sense that you have to know what you're capable of in that time span, because you're going to set yourself up for failure. What we can accomplish over a long period of time is usually much greater than what we think. And it's kind of the opposite when and I'm queen of that. Like this week I want to do this, and like my list is long and I haven't got a hope of getting through that, right? But I set this bar way up here for myself. It doesn't always serve me well. So I have to get a little bit more realistic sometimes and set my own boundaries and bars. The other piece, when we talk about those realistic goals, the other piece of this is your belief system that's inside of you that's holding you back from those big dreams that you want. Those are somebody else's beliefs, usually programmed into you through teachers, society, religion, schools, like all sorts, the parents, siblings, like multiple layers. They're not your own. And we get programmed with those by the time we're 7 years old. So we haven't even set our own agenda in our life. We're on somebody else's agenda until we actually take on our own belief system. And that takes a bit of time. And that's why you'll find people playing small still, because they're on somebody else's agenda, somebody else's path. Somebody else is setting, the goalpost for you, which is not great. And that limits what you think you can have in your life. It's not good. It's not good because you're capable of probably way more and you can have whatever you want. You just need to change those belief systems, which is what I do when I work with people, to help reprogram new ones in that are going to get you where you need to go and build the confidence. Because, these things those beliefs have been there for, depends how old you are, a really long time, we'll just say. And you need to reprogram those for something that's going to serve you better. And even if everyone has ceilings in their life. And even if you work through, and I still have ceilings in my life. When I do, I'll get to a certain level and then you hit sort of that plateau, and then to go to the next level, there's these plateaus in there. And it doesn't matter how much, if you're doing all the work, it's a constant evolution of yourself. It's not a one-stop check the box sort of thing. Those things creep up every once in a while and you have to work through them. Another piece that's really important is to really identify what's important to you. What matters most to you? Not somebody else's agenda, remember? This is about you. What matters most to you? Think about your desires and your goals. Are they truly yours? Or are you following somebody else's pathway? If you could have anything in the world, what do you want? I have a mini membership called Dream Believe Achieve Society, and that's what we do. We unpackage that, help you determine what you want, getting off of somebody else's agenda. What do you want? And really diving into that. Sometimes that takes some time to unpackage, especially if you've had these, constrictions on your life. Sometimes it takes a while to unpackage that, to know what you really, really want. And it can change over time too. It can change. You got to remember too, if things are not feeling right inside of you, there's an alignment piece that's not synced up properly. It's not in alignment. And sometimes you have to give yourself permission to change that pathway. If you're going down a path and it doesn't feel good, give yourself permission to change. Do something different. It's not working for you. You deserve to have whatever you want, right? Absolutely. And last thing I want to talk about is embracing new experiences. Because to think big sometimes requires you to just simply start taking action, getting out of your comfort zone, trying new things, because you might not know what you actually even want or what you're capable of or what that bigger could be for yourself. So try new things, get uncomfortable, choose what that is for you. First thing that came to my mind is skydiving, but I will not skydive, so don't do that, okay? Unless it's something that you think is really what you want to do in life. Do it safely, whatever you're doing. Figure out, maybe it's going into cooking school. Maybe it's starting your own little business for the first time. Maybe it is changing careers. I know somebody who went to be a nurse at 50 years old. It's pretty cool. She does great now. She wanted to work with seniors, and that's what she does. I love it. I think that's it. Let me backtrack. So we talked about dreaming big and not letting other people's limitations stop you. Then we talked about identifying what's most important to you. You, nobody else's agenda, you. And embracing new experiences so that you can have that opportunity to see beyond the constrictions that you're in already. If you've got if you've been on a thinking small sort of space, thinking big might not be that easy for you because you don't maybe know what's possible for yourself. And remember, anything is possible for you. Anything. So if you've been enjoying the show, love you to like, subscribe, check the boxes, share, leave comments. I love to hear from you. And I love to know what thinking are, well, not just thinking big, but what are those big dreams and big goals of yours? Share them below. When you declare something out loud in person, in public, it is adds fuel to it, right? So, like I said, like, share, subscribe, check all the boxes, whatever it is. There's a million of them down there. In the more section, there are details if you want to learn more about who I am, what I do, all those things. You can find more there. I do have an event coming up fairly shortly. I do a couple times a year. I have one coming up soon. The link for that will be there also. And yeah, remember, before I head out, always, you are enough, and this can be easy. Have a great day, everyone.